So they made sure that I literally could not work. Imagine that happening in the US.
It would never happen.
Someone
here.
literally taking your computer and your work phone away and say, go, come back in 3 weeks, enjoy your vacation.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are going to be doing another first time you realized America really messed you up. This one's part 3. These ones are awesome. I love this, these TikTok compilations. And if you love them too, hit like on this video. I'm going to hit like on this one right here. I've already subscribed to the channel. And there will be links to the original video down there in that description section. So go check it out. Hit like on the original video. That would be amazing. And yeah, we're going to get on with part 3. First time you realized America messed you up.
If you're an American currently living abroad, what is one time that made you realize that America really messed you up?
So I'm an American and I live in Norway right now.
Norway.
And one time I was going to help my friend with this project that she had, and this girl was still in high school. And so she was like, yeah, just come to my high school. You can help me out, yada, yada, yada. I was like, great. Where do I have to sign in when I get there? Do I need to wear a visitor's badge? Who do I talk to? What should I tell the front desk lady? She was like, what are you talking about? Just walk in and I'll meet you at my classroom. And my mind was blown. I was like, I can just walk into your school? Like, no, aren't they going to call the police? Aren't they going to send out an intruder alert? Like, I can't just walk into your high school and just walk straight to your classroom. No. Then I realized just how messed up it is that American high schoolers are like security prisons.
You know, and it used to be like that. You used to be able, like, long time ago, like when I was in like grade school, you used to be able to just come right on in. And then I got to high school, and I think like the first year, like when I was a freshman, it was the same way. You could just walk right in. But then it was like my sophomore year that they started installing like doors or like security stuff at the doors, like metal detectors, you know, cop that patrols the school, and the door wouldn't unlock for you. You had to hit the intercom button, talk to the office, tell them why you're there, and then they had to buzz you in. That wasn't like that back in the day. But then I think a lot of that changed after 9/11, though. That happened during my freshman year. And then the next year after that is everything started going lockdown status.
This is just from studying abroad in the UK. We were at a public train station and you had to pay to use the bathroom, and I had never seen that before.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, that's like messed up, right? They were like, yeah, but we don't pay for healthcare or college. Stop yelling.
And also, the bathrooms are cleaner over in Europe from what I hear. The ones here, like, they're rancid. If you come to America, try to avoid a public restroom at all costs. They can be pretty rancid sometimes, especially the guy. I've heard the women's restrooms are better. Obviously, I've never been in one, but I heard that they're not as bad. Maybe it's just guys are nasty. I don't know.
So when I was a teenager, I went out of the country one time to go on vacation to the Bahamas, and we were staying at this resort, and shit happened. I caught a virus that was going around the resort, and then I had an allergic reaction to the virus, and I couldn't really breathe.
Ugh, that doesn't sound good. Was this pre-COVID?
But the on-site paramedic had already left for the day, so the hotel concierge took us to the hospital in his van and just told us to call when we were ready to head back. So we go to the hospital, I get treated, and as we're leaving, my mom tries to give them her insurance card, and she's telling them, like, I'm so sorry, we've never been out of the country before, I don't know how to do this. They told her, like, oh no, you just keep that, we don't take insurance here. And the look on my mom's face was terrified, like, oh my God, we're gonna have to sell our house, terrified. This was when they realized we were Americans, and they were like, oh no, don't panic, you must be American. We have universal health care here. You just need to pick up your medicine in the lobby, you're fine.
Jeez.
The medicine was $8, and they gave me a note to give to the airline to get back into my own country.
Yeah, that I've heard from a lot of, like, you know, watching a lot of these videos, it is a very shocking thing. The first time an American encounters free healthcare. Like, we don't take insurance. Like, oh crap, well, how much is this going to cost me? No, you're not in America. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. You don't have to sell your car to afford it.
Okay, I love this question. I actually don't live abroad right now, but I spent basically most of my 20s living abroad, and for 6 of those years I was living in the UK. And
Why'd you move back? Why'd you come back to America? This country sucks.
in my first, like, professional job, you could say, there. This one time I got really sick and I was feeling really unwell, and I was like, I had 5 weeks of leave, and I really had assumed that must have been like my sick and my vacation time, like in one, because 5 weeks is like so much time relative to American standards.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was really sick, and I was like, and then I was like, but honestly, I don't want to use up my sick time. And my boss was like, what are you talking about? Like, if you're sick, like, you're just sick. And I was like, but I only have, like, I don't want to use my time. And she was like, no, like, you're just sick. And I was like, wait, holy shit, really?
I went to uni in the UK, and I still live there, so I've got a ton of these.
Where?
I went to uni in the UK, and I still live there, so
Uni?
I've got a ton of
University?
these. Probably the first that comes to mind is when, first year, I realized I was picking my seats in lectures about where I could be protected in case someone came in and started shooting. And I brought it up with my group of friends, which had Americans, non-Americans. And all my American friends were like, oh yeah, I'm also terrified of someone coming in and taking us out.
You're not in America. You don't have to be afraid like that.
In a mass shooting. And of course, all of the non-Americans were like, what the like, never been worried about that. And yeah, they shouldn't be.
Did y'all know that
What is up with everybody's background noise on this one? It's like everybody's either got music playing, which will probably demonetize my video, content or copyright claim, or they have like this abnormally annoying humming sound going on. I don't understand it.
Yeah, they shouldn't be.
Did y'all know that in other countries, they can go to the pharmacy and actually get what they need? I live in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia right now, and I went to the pharmacist and I was like, hi, I think I gotta have like a UTI. Like, do you have any pain medicine, any cranberry? And she's like, why don't I just give you antibiotic? And I was like, then I go back and I'm like, hi, I'm going to South Africa next week, like on safari, like any good, mosquito repellent? And she's like, girl, you want anti-malarials?
Anti-malarials?
I get bold with it, right? I go in there, on another occasion and I'm like, I'm back, I'm waiting for my birth control, like, to come from the US. Like, it's taking a while, prescriptions and doctors and all that. And she literally threw the birth control at me.
Jeez.
Amazing.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't understand why antibiotics. I don't understand why you have to have a prescription for that. It's not like you can abuse it. Like, there's no value to it beyond it's an antibiotic. Like, it doesn't make any sense that it's prescription based.
So I have a really embarrassing one. It was my first time getting pulled over by a German police officer. When the cop walked to my vehicle, I was like, why'd you pull me over? Geez, I can't get a break anywhere I go. Is it because I'm black? Then the police officer looked at me very calmly and was like, bro, in Germany, we do random traffic stops. Not only that, he also educated me on everything you need in a vehicle for a random traffic stop. After that, he didn't even do the random traffic stop. He just walked away and said, have a nice day. Very respectful. After he left, I just sat there dumbfounded and I was like, wow, in America, I'm so used to getting pulled over for being black for no reason. And it really changed my whole attitude towards police officers out here in Germany.
Wow.
Yeah, so super ignorant moment for me that I definitely learned from.
Random traffic stops. I wonder why they do that. Maybe just to keep everybody safe? I don't know. I guess if you're a weed smoker, that might not be a good thing.
Right then, that's your repeat medication all sorted. Oh, great. Now you're nearly 25, so you should probably come back in soon to get a cervical screening test. Oh, sure. And here's some info about IUDs since you were asking about those.
What is that?
Okay, and what's like a ballpark for how much all of this costs? Like 500, £1,000? It's free.
Yeah,
Oh.
another one. Yeah, there's so many of them. Like, it seems like most of these are related to like the free healthcare because it's just so shocking as an American.
Besides wanting to get under a desk every time I hear like a bang noise,
Yeah, that's people that's in big cities though. Like I live in rural Indiana. We don't have to worry so much about like the shooting situation, but it definitely is a thing to be worried about in big cities for sure.
I had no idea what that was before I moved to Australia.
What is it?
I hear like a bang noise.
That's just a pitcher, right? Like put Kool-Aid in it. What?
I had no idea what that was before I moved to Australia.
What is it? Okay, I'm confused, but whatever.
Oh, yeah. I'm an American living in Canada here since 2007.
Canada.
When I went to school, my schools had security guards.
Yeah.
They don't have that in my son's school. My son does not have a security guard.
We did.
Like we like they used to break up fights. We used to have police called, and I mean,
Yeah.
God, they don't have that here, and it's very reassuring that the difference of violence in schools here is uncomparable to the United States. And I wish it was better. I wish it was different for everyone back home.
Yeah. They definitely. I've seen times that they've called cops to schools before to when people fought and everything, but it's just crazy that this is like one of the only countries that's like that. I don't understand what the problem is with all the school shootings and stuff like that. And also, Canadians are just like known for being super nice. So like that makes complete sense that you wouldn't have as much of that kind of violence up there, and there's no need for guards or police at the schools.
So I spent about 4 years in Berlin, Germany, working in advertising, and coming from New York, where my first 8 years in the industry, I just, you don't take vacation. You just don't really do that. Well, I had to have a sit down with the CEO of my company and the head of HR, where they took my laptop and took my work phone and told me I could not come back to the office for 3 weeks because I had to use my vacation time.
Yeah.
They were afraid that I was going to sue the company for not being allowed to take my vacation time.
That's not like that here. Here it's like you gotta like beg to take your own vacation time. They act like you're like breaking their arm when it's like your vacation time, you're allowed to take it. They don't want to give it to you most of the time. They act like you're doing something wrong, and then you're afraid that when you get back, they're just gonna like look for a dumb reason to fire you. In fact, I've heard that happening before, where they just push people out. Yeah.
So they made sure that I literally could not work. Imagine that happening in the US.
It would never happen.
Someone
here.
literally taking your computer and your work phone away and say, go, come back in 3 weeks, enjoy your vacation. Honestly, Europe has a lot going for it that I wish Americans would understand.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to understand that for sure. Eye-opening experience starting this reaction channel, guys. And thank you guys for watching my channel, because I couldn't do it without you. You guys are amazing. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell.
So I've been living in Italy for about 11 years now, 12 years. And I moved here to be with my husband. And in the U.S., I got my tubes tied after my third child and decided I didn't want any more, but he didn't have any, so we decided to do IVF, and I got pregnant with twins.
Uh-oh.
At 13 weeks, I lost one.
Oh, that's sad.
And once I lost that child, they considered me a high-risk pregnancy and took me off work from that moment on until 3 months after she was born.
Not in America. They'd make you work right through it.
And I was paid 100% of my check.
Yeah, here, after you give birth, like they'll make you work. They'll make you work until you pop, pretty much. You are entitled to 6 weeks maternity leave, but it's unpaid. All that does is guarantees that after you take your 6 weeks, you still have a job when you come back, but you certainly don't get paid for it. And a lot of people don't even take the full 6 weeks because you don't get paid for it and you need money.
100% of my check.
That's crazy.
And then until she was 1, I got to come home 2 hours a day to breastfeed her.
Nice.
100% paid.
Not in America.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, kids, this one's for me. This one is for me.
Thought she was a ghost for a second.
I'm literally about to go to sleep right now, but I saw this and I have to respond right now, so much so that this might become a series. So, part 1.
Okay.
I lived in Galway, Ireland for a year, all of 2020. Yes, all of 2020. I come from the backwoods of Wisconsin, where shooting squirrels off of your trees is a fun afternoon activity. Fireworks rarely happen in Ireland. It was Halloween night. I heard pops in the sky. My first reaction was, who's shooting?
Bombs.
Obviously, no one was shooting a gun. My neighbors were celebrating Samhain, the Irish tradition of Halloween. Come back for part 2. I have so much more to tell you. Bye.
Maybe we'll see that lady again in the next one, because this is part 3 of this series, and I'm assuming they have more, and we're going to continue to do them as long as they keep making these compilations, because they're awesome, they're fun, and it's eye-opening, guys. It really is.
So I started my new job in Netherlands. This was 3 years ago, and I was going through the company policy the first.
Shout out to the Dutchies out there watching. I know you're there. Love you guys.
Job in Netherlands. This was 3 years ago, and I was going through the company policy the first week, and I got to the section about leave, and they have a holiday leave like PTO, and then they had sick leave in 2 different areas. And I was reading about sick leave, and I turned to my coworker and I was like, I don't understand. Like, it talks about like the requirements for sick leave and like doctor notes like after 3 days, but how many sick days do we get a year? And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, how many are there? It doesn't say. She's like, it's just if you're sick, you're out. I'm like, I don't understand. She's like, it's unlimited. It's just if you're sick, you take a sick day. She was confused. I was shocked. There's a moment I realized in America and how we deal with people being sick with work.
Yeah. It's crazy because, like, yeah, here you'll get like a set amount of sick days, and it's like, well, what happens if I'm sick longer than that? Well, what happens is they fire you. They get somebody else in. That's pretty much it. I mean, you're just disposable to them. They don't care about your life. They don't care about your health. They don't care about anything except for their job, the company, and making that money. That's about it. Definitely hit like. It helps the YouTube algorithm and whatnot. It helps the channel grow, and it motivates me to keep on doing more videos like this. And I know, which videos you guys like and don't like and all that kind of stuff, and helps it spread to other people, and help me get to that 100,000 subscriber goal. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so now. It doesn't cost you a single bit of nothing, but just a second of your time, guys. All right, you guys have a super fun, awesome day, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.